Hey guys, I'm Arwen, the professional joy seeker, professional tarot consultant, reviewer, author, all those hats I wear, magazine publisher. Um, Today we're going to talk about an unusual deck. It's called the Tea Leaf Fortune Cards by Hepburn. This is a reissued or a reprinted deck from USGames. It came out in 2011 and then they redid it in 2016. Just a lot of clamor for it. It's really a neat deck. And here's the box. And it's a good sturdy box. And I love the design. USGames design team really does a job well done, right? This is something that I'm proud to put on my shelf. And it's really easy to read. So let's take a look at first the inside. Again, nice box. We've got the book. And it's a nice book, y'all. This is a super book. It's got images, but they're black and white. It doesn't have images of the individual cards. But this just has a whole lot of really interesting stuff. If you want to be a tea leaf reader, they actually tell you about the traditional methods here and give you some information on what to look for and where to look for. And, they give you images you can work with. So when Ray did this, I talk like Ray, like I know her. I've talked with her on internet some. I don't really actually know her. Illustrations are by Shauna Alexander. And it was previously published by Journey, but what I have are the two USGames copies. And the contents are a brief history of tea and tea leaf reading, the development of tea leaf fortune cards, traditional tea leaf reading methods, which is what we just looked at, divining your fortune using tea leaf fortune cards. There's the coming year method, the coming week method, the astral house pyramid method, tea leaf symbols and their meanings, and then a little bit about the author and artist. So we're actually I'm going to look at the coming week. Now, here's the thing with this deck. There are a lot of cards. And when I say a lot of cards, and it also comes with a large organdy bag, so you can put these in. But I want to talk to you about a lot of cards. Let me get them out. Now, what you see here are the symbols. All right. I think there's like 136 symbols. Let me look and see if it's mentioned in here. Ray talks about the fact she's born in the north of England and introduced to the psychic world at a very young age. When she was a child, her father sought to expand her consciousness by inventing games based on intuition and playing them with me. He would absorb energy from another person's aura, and then he would ask me how I had read that person's aura during the first minute. He said, just give me your gut feeling. Don't try and intellectualize it. So that's kind of cool, right? So she says there's like at least 600 symbols. She really went around and really researched this, but she didn't do it. She didn't make that many. She went with things that could be similar, like apple and bottle can mean temptations. She said apple usually means temptations of the mind or spirit, and bottle is usually being tempted by substances that can alter a person's consciousness. So she kind of put it both into the apple symbol and gave it the meaning a temptation will test you. She felt like apple was more universally synonymous with temptation. So she finally pared these down, not 136, but 182. And they're alphabetized, or they were until I went through, and I've already been playing with them. So if you follow my Instagram, you'll have seen that I played with them just last week. Then she has 12 cards that are the months of the year. So we have, what you would expect. I don't know if I can hold these out in one hand, but no, I really can't. So there they are. And it's just January through December, right? So January just took a dive. Excuse me, I'll be right back. And then she has the astral houses. Now, I read with them in an unusual way. I will pull an astral house, lay it face down, and then pull 3 cards. And what I'm doing is getting the information from the universe as to what I need to pay attention to. There is an astral house, there's a year reading, there's a week reading, so there's a whole lot of ways to read with these. But let's take a look at how to do it with the way I do it. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 astral houses. They are career, love, happiness, wealth, success, which is different from wealth, and marriage, which is also different from love. So, and the month cards are also decorated per month for the northern hemisphere. Look at that Jack Frost figure. See the nose, the mouth, the eye? Yeah. February. Oops. Really? Come on. Focus, baby. I'll put my finger in there since that's what you like best. Ha ha ha. This is so annoying. I can't imagine how annoying it is to watch. So, let's bring it in again. November. There we go. October. October. October doesn't want to play. Wow. Camera's being really pain in the butt today. September. August. What if I drop December? We'll have to wait and see. July. I love July. June. May. May not. There we go. April. March. March. February. And I do seem to have dropped one of the other months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, you know, I didn't even realize that was December. My bad. So, we're going to cut and show you a couple of these cards so you can see how they're drawn and how they look. That's butterfly, a change for the better, moon, changes in your life. Arwen seems to be getting a theme here just on basic cutting. And then we get finger, and that is not focusing. I'm going to make you focus. Finger. There. Warning you to a problem either now or in the near future. Warning you of a problem. Let's just pull a few more. Take a look. Hopefully it'll focus for me. Claw. Be careful. Do not take risks. Poof, 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 poof. Kangaroo. Unsettled times. Need to plan ahead. And I don't find this deck particularly intuitive, but I'm glad they have the information. Like kangaroo, I'd say you need to get hopping. So, this is dogs, plural. Getting together with friends. And the last one we're going to look at before we do and anybody who's watched my videos a lot has heard me tell the camel story, so this is funny to see camel here. Camel. Perseverance, or persevere and you will overcome problems. So, fun stuff, right? So let's take a look and one other thing you can do is if you want to know, like, what's the best month for me for launch, I'll just say what's the best month for me to launch my next book. You know, if that's something you want to look at, then you can you can pull a month card, then pull an astral card, and see if they're favorable to each other as you lay out these cards. Now these cards I just kind of drop and shuffle. So you can also do this, and this is a really easy thing. Pick up small stacks, shuffle them, and they shuffle pretty well, right? And then pick up the next stack, shuffle it, and then pick up a stack from each one you just shuffled and shuffle again. And so this is one way to shuffle when you have a really big deck or a really awkward deck. One thing I've been known to do is I will sit, and when I'm just focusing on the question, I'll pull a card, put it in the bottom, take the bottom card, put it underneath, top card underneath, bottom card underneath. So let me show you what I'm doing. So top, bottom, top, bottom, and that way I'm again mixing the cards up. With a deck this large, that's going to take some time. So it's totally up to you guys on how you want to do it. Now we're going to do a reading. And I'm sorry I didn't do this live. I realized I had set it to private instead of public, so I'm just doing it now. I will do more reviews where I do mini readings. Y'all know that I've launched my Patreon campaign, so Terrascopes are going away, except for patrons. And I hate doing it, but I also need to because I've got to pay my own bills. So that's why they're going away, but I'm still going to do this stuff. You know, y'all aren't going to lose me if you can't afford the $5 a month to get your sun sign or the $10 a month to get all the sign. I understand. That's why I'm going to continue to do this. You'll still get your main video with a reading for the whole tribe. Okay? So first, I'm going to pull an astral house, and this is going to tell me what the subject is that I need to focus on and how I need to filter the 3 cards I'm going to pull for myself. So I'm going to pull that card. I'm not looking at it yet. And then I've shuffled these cards, so I'm going to cut them into 3 piles. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to feel which pile feels the densest. That will be the first card. The lightest card will be the last card. And of course, the middle will be the middle. So let's see. And not all, now here, let me see if I can show y'all that I've got, well, let me pick them up. That's crazy. I've got 3 piles. I've got, this is the last pile. This is the second to last pile. And then this is the first pile. So they're different sizes, but when you're doing energy work with them, when you're doing the, and this is how I do body, mind, spirit also. Body is densest, spirit is lightest, mind is the middle one. I rub my hands together, and then I hold them over without really looking at what the sizes are. And I find out which is the heaviest. And the middle one is the heaviest. So we're going to pull a card from that one and lay it face down. Then I'm going to look for the lightest of the two. And that is the smallest, the first one, so it goes on the end. And then the largest one will give us our middle or mind card. Well, it's not body, mind, spirit. But, so let's take a look first at the astral house to see what we're looking at. Success. That's been on my mind quite a bit lately because of the Patreon campaign. I'm very happy to say I'm already almost, I think I'm over 50% of the way to the first goal. So that's amazing. At the first goal, I'm going to draw names of the first people who have joined my Patreon, and one person is going to win a autographed copy of my Secrets of the Mystic Grove, which is not up there because I took it traveling with me. So, oops. But let's look and see what I need to know about success. Okay, I'm going to assume this is about Patreon because it's been on my mind so much. The first card, Horseshoe. And Horseshoe is good luck. The next card is Younger Woman. Dealings or relationship with a younger woman. So I have good luck with a younger woman. And then I have Scissors, disappointment in some affair. So if I'm looking at this with success, I think that it's overall a really good spread. There are some disappointments that are going to happen. I'll need to see what those are and kind of, work around them, work through them. Probably the disappointments are going to be that I have gotten some, not public, but I've gotten some negative comments about the Patreon. And I expected it. I did. I've had people unsubscribe from the newsletter. Again, I expected this. Some of them have been a little, and I get it, y'all. I understand being angry. I understand about things seeming like they've been snatched out away from you. I so get that. I just want to assure you that I do not hold it against you. I don't take it personally. Yeah, sure, it hurts my feelings, but then I get over it because I understand that you're just expressing your feelings. It has nothing to do with my feelings. They're yours. So I get that. Now, I want to look at the month, and I just want to see what month success will be the best, or maybe, success. We'll just focus on the positive part of it and say, what month is success really going to hit? And I'm pulling them, and we get December. Well, and that's actually going to be the month after, if I'm remembering correctly, that the next issue of the Cartomancer comes out. And if you haven't subscribed to the Cartomancer, I certainly hope you will. It's the magazine I'm taking over next week, actually. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of work. And I'm hoping to make it a success. I really am. Right now, it's a small magazine with really, really loyal folks who subscribe to it. It's been out since 2015. And it is going to be one of my greatest in life. I have always wanted, I know this is silly, but I've always wanted to own a magazine, do a magazine. At one point, I used to send out newsletters to my friends like once a month, and they were from the local dog catcher. Because I used to say that if I ran for office, I might get local dog catcher. I had self-esteem issues. But it wasn't easy, basically. There was some poetry, there were some stories. It was just me giving to my friends, and I would type it up and then Xerox it off. You know, or do carbon copies on the typewriter. For those of you who don't know carbon copies, consider yourself lucky. They were messy. And if you made a mistake on the top copy, it didn't correct on the bottom copy, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it was fun. But I hope that you'll check out these tea leaf fortune cards. They are a deck I really think people will enjoy. And they're super easy to learn. They're super easy to read. You know, they've got the words right there on them. You don't have to look at the book if you don't want to, but you can. It's a wonderful book that Ray has written for us. So check out the Tea Leaf Fortune Cards from USGames by Ray Hepburn. I'm Arwen, the professional joy seeker, reminding you, as always, seek joy, y'all, and do check out my Patreon page, please. I'd love to have you. Later.